Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Armchair podcast after a Christmas break. The Christmas break. Usually, the football fixtures get more packed during Christmas, and it gets more full on. But for us, it's the opposite. When football players are playing more, we have to take a break.
That's when we take a step back. Yeah.
And if anything, obviously, our schedule is a lot busier, and what we
More
do
demanding.
is definitely, Josh. You took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
It is a lot more demanding. So we have to take an extended break. So we did take a week off to complete the Sutton Mile, which I was involved in. And that was grueling. A lot goes into that. You know, basically a year's worth of prep for the Sutton Mile. 12 pubs, 12 pints. And, I think overall it went well for me.
It was a success.
It wasn't the best result, but we got the job done in the end. And overall, it was a good weekend.
Nice.
So, welcome back. Thanks, everyone, for joining. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas break. And the Armchair podcast is back bigger and better than ever in the new year.
Mm-hmm.
We got gifted this lovely sign. You probably can't
see it.
Can't see
No.
it. But it says Armchair podcast established in 2025.
Which is actually not true because it was
Technically,
established
but
in,
really, it was
2021.
born. It was established in 2021, but it was born in 2025.
It came into real fruition.
Prevalence in 2025.
It came into its own.
Yeah. So we're hoping that things are going to get better in 2025. More content, weekly podcasts every Monday basically. In 2026. So we look for. Thanks everyone for listening this year, and hopefully we get a lot more listeners next year, and we take over the world, basically.
World domination. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
What
the
was
plan.
everyone's Christmas like? Let me know.
Nice.
How was it? Was it all right, mate?
Mine was all right. Yeah. I
Oh,
got ill
nice.
somehow. But it actually was a tactical masterclass.
What did you get
to be
up to?
fair,
What did you get
because-
for Christmas?
Are you talking to me or are you talking to the audience?
I'm talking to the audience, but you can answer if you want.
No, I'm all right. I'm ill, but
Yeah, you sound ill.
But this is the thing: when you've got to perform, you just have to get through it.
Do you think, because
I'm too hot? Sorry,
football players are like sheltered from the pubs and stuff, obviously they don't get ill, and that's what I mean. They don't have to deal with.
Well, they do get ill.
They don't have
Mesut Ozil got ill every week.
I know he ghosted every week.
Declan Rice apparently was ill the other day.
Was it?
Yeah, some players do get ill. I think everyone does get ill, believe it or not. But in this household, it's
just
crime
you.
to be ill. Apparently, I'm the only one that gets ill in this house. So
You do get ill quite a lot. I think the problem is my genetics are far superior to yours.
well, we have the same genetics, to be honest.
No, but the way I'm built, I'm just built different.
Right.
I'm like Declan Rice at Arsenal.
I was
he's
like
just
the
a
runt.
machine.
I was the runt of the litter.
Yeah,
That's what
pretty
happened.
much.
What did I get up
They
to
used up
in
all
my
the
break?
gene pool on me when they
I was
first-
watching football. I was doing more analysis. Yeah, I
Yes.
don't switch off. I went to see Bristol City versus Middlesbrough, and watched a City masterclass. So my football brain does not stop for a second. And even when you think these guys just do one podcast a week, we are grinding in the shadows, watching, analysing, and working. We don't stop.
Just quickly, is there a buzz when in your, or is that just my headphones? Because it seems like there's a bit of a buzz when I'm talking, only slight.
I
Is
can't
that-
hear anything.
You can't. Okay, it
No.
must be my headphones then.
Probably.
Great. All right, fantastic.
That one's mine.
I know it just must be these headphones. That's all, because I can hear a bit of a buzz, but it's
I
fine.
can't hear
Like a
anything.
bit of feedback,
Right.
like when I talk. But
Should we get into the pod?
Okay. Let's get into it. I mean, a lot's kicked off really, but not really at the same time. The table's starting to shape up. Chelsea's title race has come to an end.
That came to an end 2 weeks ago.
No, what I'm saying is, well, it did.
Officially, I mean, their top four race might be at an end.
Yeah. Well, what was funny was a few weeks ago, Chelsea fans were saying they were in a title race, and when they won against us, remember?
Yeah. That
when they won
famous
1-1 against
Yeah.
us. And then now Liverpool are 3 points above them.
Just shows you how quickly the tables can turn, and how quickly narratives can change.
Yeah. And there's a lot of narratives to talk about on this podcast.
We like
namely
narratives.
Aston Villa,
Yeah,
Man City, GYOKERES. It's quite a lot of narratives.
loads of big narratives. But yeah, let's start with Villa Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea. I mean, we said this at the time, and I've kind of said this all season. I thought they'd be better than they are this season. Weirdly, even though they have been good at times. And I do wonder where their problems are. I mean, we had Vibe Sport on the podcast who was really positive. And I remember watching that pod back when I was exiled from the podcast unfairly. And I remember thinking, this guy's not got a clue because...
What, a Viper Sport?
No, I'm joking. But I just thought he was a bit too positive. And the reason is because, like, I mean, it's easy to say now, but because they're so young, like, their players, I don't know if it's just an inherent thing about young players, but they go from, like, being really hot on form and looking like world class and then just, like, dropping off a bit of a cliff, like, sometimes. It's like, Esteval's a good example. Like, he had 3 or 4 good games, and everyone was saying he was, like, Messi or, like, Lamine Yamal, comparing him to Lamine Yamal. And then now... You know, and I don't know if he got injured in that time. I think he might have had like a small injury because he's not really been playing, but I don't know. I mean, Chelsea are really interested. I thought the game, to be fair, I don't know if you watched the game. You didn't really watch it, did you? Or did you watch your match of the day?
Yeah, no, I did watch a bit of it, yeah.
I thought Chelsea were actually better for like most of the game. I don't think
they were better, yeah.
I don't think Villa really did much. And
I think, let's be honest, Chelsea haven't been at all bad this season, but they have been inconsistent. And I think that's a good point.
But does that make you bad?
No. I think it
doesn't
just
make
makes
you
you...
good, though.
No. Well, they're not good, but they're not bad either. I think they've got a good squad. They've got a decent manager who has been linked with Pep Guardiola at the end of the season, which would derail...
with City?
City, sorry.
With Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, he has been linked with Pep Guardiola dating.
Yeah, he's been linking up.
Yeah, but no... that would be a bit of a disaster if this, you know, because the project's in full motion now with Maresca. It seems that everyone's behind him. Even though they are inconsistent, and I think the reason they are inconsistent is because...
Is it a project?
Yeah, of course.
Is it?
Well,
because it doesn't like it's.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean though? Because when I see them,
I think it's a project because
plan?
of it was project. It seemed like it was Project Youth.
Yeah,
that was
project,
the plan. And I think
right?
the problem now is that they have that youth, and it's very good youth. Let me say, but I think they've put too much trust in youth, and now they need to get some experienced pros who have won things. You know, when Arteta took over at Arsenal, I know we haven't won anything yet, but he brought in players that aren't exceptional, but they have experience of winning titles. You know, Jorginho, David Luiz. Even Havertz won the Champions League.
Luiz.
But people that have won things, and I think I look at Chelsea's squad and I'm like, I know Enzo's won the World Cup and stuff, but I don't think that counts. I'm talking about like
a second. the FIFA Club World Cup. Let's just make that sure that
that was a FIFA
quite
pre-season
frankly,
tournament.
as we've discussed.
It's a pre-season.
That is not a real trophy. I don't care. No, yeah, I mean,
but you know what I mean? Like who name? I mean, they had Thiago Silva for me was a big loss for them.
Maresca's not. Yeah, okay, yeah, he was. That's a good point. Because I kind of forgot about how he
I just think leaders
transitioned out, but they don't really have any leaders other than James.
And that's the Reece James, and it's like, well, what?
Fernandez, I don't really.
He's not a leader.
I think he's the beneficiary of that kind of Argentine World Cup squad.
Enzo,
in which is like,
yeah,
he was rated way higher than he is.
That's what I mean. Enzo is much of a leader for Chelsea as McAllister is Liverpool, which is not much in my opinion. He's not a Van Dijk. He's not a. You know, you need.
I think he's a leader on the
characters.
pitch.
Like Declan Rice for Arsenal, he's a leader.
Yeah, I think
Ødegaard's a leader.
characters,
Gabriel's a leader. I think they lack character. And I think any Chelsea fan would admit it. I mean, Reece James is a good character, I think.
I think they've just
I just don't think you have enough.
They've just bought just weird. I think there is, I'd say again, the recruitment's just so strange. Like I thought like, I don't know if I said this at the time, but buying Delap and Pedro, I just kind of think pick one or like go for someone. Like, why get both? I didn't really get that. And why get rid of Nicholas Jackson? Why didn't they just sign one and then have Nicholas Jackson who,
on the bench?
Yeah, he is a bit shit at times, but like he's proven. Why didn't you have him on the bench? And then I'm sorry, but I saw a TikTok or a Twitter post about Neto and Garnacho like the worst wingers in history or whatever. But like obviously that's a bit like far. I think they are crap.
A massive loss for them, in my opinion, and not in terms of the way he played, and not in terms of his how good he is at football, because he's let's be honest, he's pretty average, but he's doing a decent job at Man United at the minute. He's back in form. For me, is Mason Mount. I think that's when I looked at Chelsea and I thought, really? You know, you've sold one of your players who won you a Champions League. You love Chelsea. It was an academy product, and you've just sold him. And it's like, yeah, I understand he wasn't a world beater, but those types of players, in my opinion, like Saka at Arsenal, or
basically people that care about the club. And
people
it's
that
no
care.
coincidence that James is the captain, is it? Like,
No,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Because he's the only
Not
one
even
left.
that care that people like Cucurella, for example. He I guess he is a leader for Chelsea in a way. He's been there for quite a while, but even him, he's not been there for what is 5 years or so.
I think the problem is that like
it's not long enough.
Thiago Silva's a good point. He was the last kind of bastion of that squad. Like, and they kind of purged that squad completely, which partly I think was necessary, but I think they did it too quickly,
like
and maybe
Rudiger
that was
as
because
well.
of the.
I mean, in terms
That
of
was strange
he lost
that
his
he
head
left,
a bit.
yeah.
I think he got.
I know he
didn't-
got picked
Real
off a
Madrid.
bit, but-
Real Madrid picked him off, but I think you're missing those type of characters. I would say. I think you're actually a good team, and you played Villa off the fucking park in the first half. I just think you lack that cutting edge
Even
and those
Lukaku,
leaders. Lukaku, yeah.
Lukaku.
Yeah,
I
Lukaku.
was joking.
No, but genuinely
name's
though,
Lukaku.
I think you just need those big game players, those leaders that you're just missing them a bit. in
Yeah,
my
and I
opinion.
don't think Caicedo,
And we do
Fernandes
sometimes, but
are
I think
those kind
players
of players,
step up
yeah.
for us
Yeah.
recently because we did. I think that's something we lacked.
I just think I just was watching.
Got 'em now.
I was just watching Chelsea fan TV clips because it's
Oh,
quite.
God.
It's just
It's like
enjoyable.
Arsenal fan TV now. It's
No, but
mint.
it's just like one of the guys was actually making a good point that like they're worse. They look worse this season than last season, and they spent more money. Like why Gittins? Why they got him when you had Madueke? Garnacho signing. I mean, Garnacho. Ask any United fan. Yeah, he had his moment. He scored one overhead kick against Everton, and he did. You know, he's not a bad player, let's say, but anyone could say he's really inconsistent, and he's not like a world beater. Neto's decent, but like I don't know. They look worse this season, which is quite impressive when you spent so much money.
It's too much of a revolving door at Chelsea.
Yeah, that's how I
And I
feel.
think, let's be honest, the inconsistent. Why? Because they keep fucking. It's like a revolving door in terms of recruitment.
And actually, that's a really good contrast to Villa, who don't really,
Exactly.
because of their financial model,
Consistency.
they haven't had. They don't have the luxury of signing all these players.
I mean, look at Liverpool. Why were they so good over the years? Because they're consistent. And
and
it's
then
like,
they've changed, and
yeah,
they're like that.
So
yeah.
you need to
Yeah.
stick now. Look, it wouldn't surprise me in the summer if fucking one of João Pedro or Delap goes, or one of the wingers goes,
think they
and
have
one of
to.
the defenders, and it's like fucking hell. Well,
Now you're back to
now you're
where
back
you
to
were
where you were.
2 seasons ago or last season.
And I think the difference is if you bring in sort of pay to win, ready to go players. For example, Semenyo would be, players like that where the Premier League proven. But even then, it's like they need time to gel.
Well, they signed
And it
Liam
sometimes
Delap
doesn't-
thinking he
doesn't
was Premier
always
League proven,
work.
but they've not played him. And they've
Yeah.
signed Pedro, and he was also Premier League proven, and then he's not been, I think he's got probably a ceiling to how good he is.
Yeah, they need a couple of bankers, in my opinion.
I think they have to get
Declan Rice.
their
for
defense
example,
is
something.
just
They need
not
like
good
a-
enough. I mean, their keeper. I've said this so many times. He is crap. I mean, he came out with the ball twice in one game out of his box. Did you see that? He ran out of the ball. He ran out of the box twice, holding the ball, and it's just like that kind of shit that you just when you're trying to go for a quote unquote a title or at least even top four.
Look,
like,
I know it's hard to compete with City for signings, but I look at Donnarumma and I just think, why the fuck weren't you in? They weren't even in for him.
No, because he's too old, and that's what I mean. Like they're playing Moneyball, where they're just thinking about kind of profit, and that's what I was saying, and like that's what I said on the earlier pods. They're not thinking. Their owners aren't really thinking about who's the best for the pitch. They're thinking about who's the best asset. That's
Their owners are fucking dumb. Let's be honest. Any successful squad in Premier League history has always had a mix of youth coming through and old experienced heads. It's just a fact, and they haven't got like how many experienced players have Chelsea got?
not many. So
Not like they've got the youngest squad in the league, is it not?
yeah, well, yeah, and then
And that's why they're inconsistent.
Yeah, in comparison to Villa, I mean, Villa 4 years. Their average squad age is 4 years.
I mean,
older.
look, for example,
So-
Chelsea. McGinn.
Yeah, exactly.
He wouldn't last at Chelsea. They get rid of him.
No, they get rid of
because
him.
he's old.
Yeah, but
Ollie Watkins, he would have been gone. Like,
Yeah.
whereas these players are fantastic Premier League. Just stick with them and you'll get somewhere. So I think Villa, that's a great example of a team where I know it's part of the fact they haven't had any money to spend, but sometimes it can be more of a curse than a blessing. I mean, you look at Eze at Arsenal. We've had excess funds, and you look at Eze and you go, well, I know the story of it is fantastic, but he is a bit of an excess at the minute. And we'll get into that, I'm sure, when we talk about Arsenal. But I think sometimes teams can have too much money. Look at Liverpool in terms of bringing in Wirtz and Ekitike. And too many cooks spoil the broth. I think, look at how well Villa are doing with that same consistent team. Obviously, on the flip side, you can say, well, if injuries start happening, then it's a different question. So you do need squad depth.
I think,
But-
partly it's coaching. I mean, they've got Lindelof at the back. I mean, Lindelof any United fan would tell you 2 seasons ago, finished player. I mean, I probably thought he was finished, and he looked pretty solid yesterday, and I think he's been all right. I know he's a bit part player at Villa, but...
Well, should we get on to Emery then? I mean, Emery is the most... I would say Emery is the most elite mid-table manager ever. And I mean that with all respect.
I don't think you could say mid-table.
No.
In
terms of taking over a mid-table club, which Villa were, probably below mid-table, and then like it's the same what he did in Spain with Valencia, for example. He's taking teams that are
Sevilla,
that are not up there contending.
Well, they're not like
and then within a few years they're winning Europa leagues, and they're in Europe, and they're challenging for trophies, which is fantastic. So obviously there is this revisionism going around that if we gave him more time at Arsenal, he would have won a league by now. That utter bollocks, because some people are suited to like Thomas Frank.
First of all, technically he's technically not done any. People hold the same thing over Arsenal, and it's because we're a bigger club. Sorry, Villa fans, but that Arteta's not won anything yet. Neither is Emery. So I think we need to, and I think they did bottom of the FA Cup.
Something there.
No, I'm just saying, we've not won anything of significance right now. It's neither of Villa right now as well. Also, midway...
they haven't won anything.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm saying. And I also think, midway through a season... We're only halfway through the season.
Yeah.
And, they will... I mean, we can go back to this. You can clip this up, but they will fall off. They always do. Emery teams, they always have this hot run of form, and then they just drop off somewhere at some point. I don't know when it's going to happen, but they will drop off. And and maybe that's not because of Emery himself. Sometimes I think maybe it is the way, but it's also squad depth. There's other factors, but he does.
I mean, let's talk about that. They are, I mean, as good as they are in moments, because they are a moments team. When you watch them against Chelsea, they're clinical at finishing, fantastic on the transition. The way they set up is brilliant. Defensively, great. So they are just a solid team and a really well coached team, and they have some fantastic players. Morgan Rogers having an outstanding season. Ollie Watkins, McGinn. These players are really, really good Premier League proven experienced players. But they're really overachieving on.
They're overperforming XG. I was literally going to say that, yeah. And they've scored 10 goals outside the box. I think Rogers is in the form of his life. And I think with anything, they're in their
and Watkins is coming into form now.
Yeah, but they're at their good point, right? That's what I'm saying. We're not, and I'm not comparing them to us because I think we're at a very different stage or a different level. But I do think they're just in their good part of the season, and I think with any team, it's not just because it's Villa and it's not just because it's not Arsenal. I'm just saying with any team, you run hot and eventually you'll have problems. And I do think that if they could beat us they could beat us on Tuesday though. They could easily beat us on Tuesday.
Yeah, if Villa, the only way they could mount a serious title charge and go all the way till May is if one, all the players stay fit, which is a big if, and two, if they get knocked out of other competitions early. Because I'm sorry, there's so many games. I look at our squad times and I'm like, I know we've had a bit of a bad run, but any team is going to get injuries. So yeah, unless they get godsendly lucky in terms of injuries, then there's no way.
But it's completely reliant on also Rodgers' form. I mean, Rodgers has been out of this fucking
not just
world.
that, but the whole team's form, I guess.
Well, yeah, but I think in particular Rodgers has dragged them through multiple games, and I think Villa fans would probably say that he's just had moments of magic in a similar way in which
But Ollie Watkins
Ødegaard did do for us, and maybe we'll get onto how he's done that this time. Or we'd have Saka, or right now it's probably Rice that's single-handedly kind of dragging us through games a bit. But what I'm saying is I think there's a combination of things that probably are likely to happen. At least one of them are likely to happen. Injuries, form, just... fatigue. And I do think that Villa I don't think they're in a title race personally. So, and I do think that Emery is literally saying that. So it's not a criticism of Villa. I think they're doing really well, and I really rate Emery. But I just don't. I mean,
at the minute, they technically are,
but they're not. They're in a title race, but I'm talking about, do you see them as an actual winner of the title then? Seriously?
No, but they're in, at the minute, until they're not in the race, they are in the race. So you can't say they're not, because they are. I mean...
But it's just nonsense though, because we said the same thing about Chelsea 2 weeks ago.
Well, they've won 11 games in a row.
That's not sustainable.
No, I think the only thing that with me is like if they weren't really overachieving on their XG, I'd probably say, well, yeah, they are. But I think at the end of the day, statistically, yes, you would say that they're not going to keep this vein of form up because they're going to come a cropper. No, I don't think they have the squad depth to compete in a title race. But I do think they're playing really good football. And hey, this is football. Like, who the fuck knows? I don't know. We could drop off. Man City could drop off, and next minute you might be looking at Villa and going,
I think if they beat us, I think if they beat us on Tuesday, they are.
Okay, that's
I think if they
question.
beat us on Tuesday, they have to be. Yeah, obviously.
If
because
Villa,
they're above us after Christmas.
Yeah, if Villa beat Arsenal on Tuesday, are they in the title race?
Yeah. Well, by your logic, they already are. But I think they have to. Yeah, 100%. If you're beating the title contender,
That's what I mean. Yeah.
then yeah.
I'm sorry, you beat the title contender home and away, but we did see this with Arsenal. I know this is ridiculous.
What, against Leicester?
But Arsenal beat Leicester home and away, and they went top at around this time, and then we did, and then Leicester ran away with it in the end. So, like I say, you can't really judge too much around this period. I think people get overexcited. I think it's around March, April time where
What, the end of the season?
Well, it's not because the end of the season's May, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but March.
But I think
April,
when the last 10 games, it's the last 10 games, isn't it? That's when you look at it and go, right. Well,
I think Villa will. To be honest,
do you think they'll be in it by the last 10 games? So I think they could be.
No, I was literally going to say
Really?
I
Okay.
think there's more chance that they drop out the top 4 than win a title.
Wow. I mean, Liverpool.
I mean, this isn't
creeping back
isn't
up, aren't they?
like hatred or this isn't like bias. It's just facts. This
yeah.
has happened to them.
Yeah. No.
multiple
It's
seasons.
true. It's the way
It's
we
the
finish.
same
It's the
way
way we
in
finish
which
second.
you can't say as an Arsenal fan right now that anyone can say we feel confident because
No.
we've finished every time we've been top at Christmas in the last 3 or 4 times we've done it, we've come second or third. So
Like, you can't categorically say using your head, using your heart you can, but using your head you can't categorically say we're going to win this year because history tells you that we'll finish second, and history tells you that Aston Villa will drop off by around February time, March time,
Probably.
and they'll be just fighting for Champions League places,
So,
which
yeah,
was
for
it
me-
happened last season.
for me,
So
I think my top. We'll get on City and Arsenal, but I think my top 4 right now is, I think obviously Arsenal, City, and I actually think Liverpool, and then it's between Villa and Chelsea for me in my top 4. I don't see anyone else doing it. I think United are crap. I'm sorry. Like,
no,
I watched
United won't finish top 4.
United against Newcastle were so lucky.
But I think Villa will finish top 4.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. They're just really strong. I think Emery's a good coach, and I think he will learn from previous mistakes as well. Because let's be honest, they are, as much as you say Arteta will learn and we're getting better as a team, they also are. And every year they gain more experience than Emery does as well about mistakes. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, fair enough.
It'll be a different narrative.
Well, they definitely
It'll be
could.
a different narrative if they beat us on Tuesday, because you will start to shit your pants.
No, I mean,
You will
if
though,
they
won't you?
beat us on Tuesday,
You will start to shit your pants.
for me, I think City win the league.
No, that's way too early.
Really?
Yeah, because
like,
Villa,
yeah,
they lost
right.
to Villa.
Well, let's
City
get
have
on
lost to
City.
Villa.
Let's get on City and Arsenal.
Yeah,
let's just compare the games.
Should we talk about City then?
Yeah.
first.
So
Because they're starting to scare. I mean, I said a few weeks ago, probably got a bit ahead of myself, but I just saw it coming. I said City scare me. They're starting to scare me because they just looked like they were starting to click, and now they have clicked. They have clicked, haven't they?
and
they're playing the best football in the league at the minute, in my opinion. There's some City fans that saying that, City fans are being humble as they usually are. Because I saw a video that Boovy did, and he was like, yeah, well, some of them, like, but watch
No.
Boovy's video, and he was like,
Boovy's
Arsenal are better than City. But I think
he's doing a Gary Neville.
yeah, I
where
think
he's, like, trying to make
City
out that we're
are
meant to win
playing
it.
better football than Arsenal at the minute.
It's not hard. I think most teams in the league play better fucking football than us. We play absolute
No, in terms
fucking
of the way.
harambe.
Sorry. In terms of the way, let me rephrase that. In terms of the way we dominate games, we suffocate the opponent. XG, all that stuff. In terms of like pure statistic based.
Yeah, but
I think
mean,
City are.
there's a couple
When
things.
I watch City, that they let. The only thing I will
For
say
me-
about City is they're still quite open.
It's nothing to do with City being good. This is my opinion on
All right.
Arsenal win the league. I don't think it's anything to do with City being good. What I'm worried about is Arsenal bottling it, basically. Because our performances, there is no reason whatsoever that the last few games should have played out like they did. And I just worry, there's so many issues that we've got right now. The attack is and it hasn't fired really. It has in parts. The attack is just not good enough right now. I think we're not seeing off games. And listen, the reason I'm optimistic though is because we're getting Gabriel back, and I think if we keep our defense, if our defense comes back to full fitness and we can keep that defense for most of the rest of the season, we can win the league. But I think if our defense goes again and we get similar injuries, I really doubt that we win it, because if that happens again, like the way our dip in form directly correlates with when Gabriel got injured. It's no coincidence. Before this, the bedrock of our title push has been our defence. There was chat about beating bloody Chelsea's record, which looks laughable now. I mean, I do think it would be a different story if Gabriel stayed fit. But if we have a similar wave of injuries at any other point in the season, I think we're finished, because I think it's not just the fact that, like, I think maybe we'll handle it better next time because Nkapie's had a few games now. White's had games. Mosquera, if he comes back, is also a bit more experienced. But I just think before they got injured, it was defence versus City's attack, right? That was the comparison. Our defence got absolutely hammered with injuries. And I just think if that happens again, I think we'll fall away. Because
look, you do say that, good points raised there, but you do say that obviously you don't think the title depends on how good City are. That I will have to disagree with you on, because if City weren't as good at the minute, which they weren't at the start of the season, the conversation was it is Arsenal to lose because we were so far ahead. And I think the fact that City are so good and it looks like they are going to put the pressure on us and up until sort of the run-in, I think that does count for a lot. The first time Liverpool won it, for example, during that, for a long time during that COVID season and stuff, they were so far in front that they didn't really have to worry, and they could drop a few points towards the end of the season, in that, and they sort of won it by February, thinking, well, they've already won it. In fact, to be honest, by Christmas they were so far ahead. But I think for us, I think it does depend on how good City are, because we have a habit of getting, like you said, getting a bit nervous. And I think
for
it
me,
means
we're
so
more
much
than
to win
good enough to win a league.
No, we are, but it depends how many points City get. For example, I think looking at it, we got the highest ever points tally has been 89 points, and we were fantastic that season.
But I disagree.
If City get 80, why?
Because I look at it in where we've dropped points this season. So I think
Liverpool won the league on 85
but
points.
I think about 2
Can
games.
That happen this season?
Maybe. We don't know. Why not?
I don't think it can. Because City are going to be too.
We're on track. We're on
too
pretty much similar points to what Liverpool were on last season.
No,
so
I'm saying
someone will finish on that amount of points.
No, I meant that it's going to have to be higher than that, in my opinion.
Probably not by much. We've already dropped quite a lot of points, and so have City. Yeah,
City have lost 4 games.
My point is, City haven't been as good this season, and I look at where we've dropped points this season.
But they are
has come for me from a little bit of immaturity from. I hate to say it, from Arteta a bit. There were times, and that's what I mean, it was up to us. The Liverpool game away, I'll always, that game just pissed me off to high heaven because I saw it then. There was such an opportunity missed. If we actually went at that game.
City at home.
And City at home.
When they were bad.
Those 2 games were massive.
Yeah, I know.
And we just didn't, we were so just placid.
But let's be honest, this is now the chance to make up for it. We've got Villa at home on Tuesday, and then we do play Liverpool at home soon. If we win those 2 games, then you have to say that we have improved from last. We have.
Do you think we will?
Well, we have to. If we don't, it's a disaster.
What I'm asking you. I'm saying, do you think we will?
Yeah, I think we will. Right. I think we will. I think we'll beat Villa on Tuesday, based on just because we have to, and I think all the players know that.
Yeah, but I think that maybe goes against us. I don't know. I just listen.
It doesn't go against you. It's about minerals. It's how bad you fucking want it at the end of the day. You have to get it fucking done. And the one player that's shown that throughout this season is Declan Rice. And I think if every other player, and Erdegaard showed it today, to be fair, yesterday, he showed it. We need players to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and going, this is my title, and this is not fucking happening again. And we'll need that attitude on Tuesday against Villa.
Well, personally,
that's the attitude we'll need for the rest of the season. And I think some players are showing it, and they've showed it since game week 1. And I think Arteta's showing that in terms of he's quite ruthless. I think we need to be ruthless, and we need to really grab the title.
I just worry about not this Villa game really. I guess we'll see what happens. And even if we lose that game, it's not, still a long way to go.
We have to win that
I worry
game.
about things like going to the Etihad.
That's so far away. I wouldn't worry about that because by that point, City could be so far behind. It's too far away. Yeah, we need to get back on.
My point is that I think it's probably going to be tight because of
the drop
slipping
points.
up, and things like that. It's probably going to be tight.
But in the grand scheme of things,
I'm just not convinced. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I think it
City
probably
have still
will
got to go to
that.
Anfield. By the way, they've still got to go to White Hart Lane. They've still got so many hard away days.
We've got loads of hard away days.
But no, we haven't. We've got an easy run of fixtures now compared to City. It's just a fact. We just have.
I don't know.
And that
I think
will
for me,
count
it's not really like anything I can analyse. It's just a feeling that I've got. We just might bottle it. And it's not me. It's not like me as a fan. It's watching the actual players. I'm not gonna lie. Like we've just shit our little poo-poo pants a bit.
To say that though, besides a little blip we had against Sunderland and then Villa when we lost, where to be honest, it was 2 last-minute goals you were just.
Wolves,
for me, that wasn't
Wolves,
bottling it.
Wolves.
No, but we still won those
Brighton.
games, Josh.
Jay, you are being hypocritical now because when that Wolves winner went in, the Arsenal winner, you were fuming because you knew the same feeling. You had the same feeling. So why are you denying the feeling?
But we still
now?
won the games.
And we scraped by Brighton too. We can't deny that Rise save.
But City will do
if
this
it wasn't
as
for that
well.
Rise save, when will they do that?
Look, the difference is now we've got better players.
City won't get nervous. City won't win it because we will be better. This is the point I'm making. We can be better than City. I think we've got a better squad than City, and I think we can. I think we can be better than City. Right. My point is, it's a mentality issue. That's what I'm worried about. And the last few games, you cannot deny that we've looked really mentally drained. A bit like.
To be honest, Josh, but you're not. This is not the Arsenal.
What did Brighton?
Oh
sorry.
God.
No. Just the last thing, and I'll let you speak. What did the Brighton game have to do with injuries? That second half.
Let me talk.
What I'm saying, you can carry on. I was just playing a meme.
No. That was the question. Was what did that Brighton second half have to do with injuries? Why was it so nervous? Was that anything to do with injuries?
What
about that Wolves
you can see the
performance?
fucking dodgy. It's like that Lampard meme. We need to put that on the thing. You can see the fucking dodgy, scrappy goal which can happen to anyone. And I agree, it was a bit nervy, but it's going to be nervy because you can see the goal and it always is a bit nervy. But at the end of the day, we did see the game out, and Declan Rice was playing fucking right back. Calafiori shit himself before the game, so you can't. We have been a bit unlucky recently, and I think and we've still won those games. I think it'd be different if we drop points. I'd be saying, well, yeah, we've fucking.
But this is the point. That's the point I'm making, though. We were this close from 2 games to dropping points, and we'd be out the title race.
Yeah, but we're not.
But that's your.
But we've got players. What I'm saying is,
point,
Gabriel. Because what I'm saying is, we've got through it. I knew this period was going to be a hurdle with Gabriel getting injured, and we've weathered the storm. We lost to Villa, right, and that's it. Apart from that, we've come out unscathed, which is great. Gabriel's back. We're getting Havertz back. Jesus is slowly, don't forget he's been out for a long time, and now I think Ødegaard as well. He's coming back into form, and now I think we've weathered that storm. Now let's kick on. Yes, if we lose we've got a big home game on Tuesday, and I think if we win that, the conversation will be different. It will be Arsenal look in the driving seat after beating Villa. That'll be the conversation because we keep winning games at the end of the day. We'll see.
We'll beat Villa?
Yeah. Because we have to, and I think we will. And I think we've got options off the bench.
What happens
if
we don't?
If we don't, you've got to take. If we don't beat Villa, you've got to take your hat off to Villa, in my opinion.
But where does that leave Arsenal?
Well, it leaves us with a lot of fucking work. It leaves us with a conversation about are we going to bottle it again?
Do you see my point? I'm not trying to be reactionary. I'm actually I heard James. No, but I heard James McNicholas, who I would say is not reactionary at all. And actually, he said in the last few games. It's the first time that I've looked at this and I've thought, bloody hell, there's something there.
Yeah, but is he taking into context the amount of injury?
Yes, of course
look at City and look at Aston Villa. They haven't had that many injuries to contend with.
I agree.
So let's see how they get on if they lose Diaz for a few weeks. And I know Rodri's been out, and I get that, but he hasn't really been part of the fold for over a year now. So you can't be. Let's see how they do if they lose, Haaland for a month or Foden or. Let's see how they do.
No,
Because
yeah,
they haven't really
fair
had
enough.
that yet. And I'm waiting. It's a long season.
Fair enough,
so
but
let's see.
my point was, just to finish on Arsenal, is that, maybe we can get onto the GYOKERES conversation if you wanted to, but I think all I was trying to say is, like, I think the end of those games, and I think Wolves and Brighton, yes, I understand that it's the personnel issue, and like, yeah, we probably would have been played better in both games if we had our full strength squad. Completely agree. But I just can't really understand, like, what has been happening in those inside the games, right? So we're already playing the game of football. Like, I'm watching the game and it's mentally on the pitch. Something does happen.
No,
and it's an anxiety in the crowd. There's an anxiety in the crowd. There's an anxiety in the manager. I mean, we had, like, I'm not trying to be Gary Neville, but we had all coaching staff up in that 90th minute. We had Jova, Heinzer, bloody AirPod Albert and Arteta all in the technical box, jumping around. And I'm thinking, lads, it's Brighton at home and we're in December. And you're all up going...
Because
and then,
because they know how we've dropped... The credit I will give to us... I understand this calmness thing, but we've had this in the past where it's like... I think Arteta knows how important it is now. Like, we can't drop points in these silly games, and we have done in the past. And so far this season, we haven't. We have. No, we haven't. When?
Sunderland.
That's Sunderland away. That's not...
Wolves,
for
we
me,
nearly did.
But we haven't. You're pissing me off. We haven't, have we? Sunderland away. Fucking hell. They've been mint this season.
My point is...
What did we say after Sunderland away?
Yeah,
we played mint that game. We did everything we could. They scored dodgy fucking goal. We came back and scored, and they scored a last minute winner. That fucking goal.
Trying to take the piss.
Stop it. It's doing my fucking head in. Basically,
Mate, that's...
Baby.
No, but honestly though, you are just trying to trigger me. Like,
I'm not trying to
We
trigger
haven't
you.
slipped up, have we?
No.
We've lost fair and square against Sunderland. That was fair and square. We lost fair and square against Villa.
My
fair
point
and
is,
square.
we're not playing very well.
No, we're not. But we've had injuries. Ah!
What's the attack got to do with the injuries?
The attack.
Right, let's get on to Big Vic. What's
Right,
going on there?
let's talk about the attack, right?
Yeah, let's talk about the attack.
Ødegaard played well, didn't he?
Right, that's
yesterday.
one player, yeah.
So
Saka played well, to be fair.
And Saka, let's be honest, right? I know we've been lucky with the own goal thing, but you create your own luck at the end of the day. The reason why we've been having these own goals is because the good players have stepped up and they've been picked. The own goal against Everton, was it Everton? Where Saka crossed it?
No, it was a penalty.
No, or was it Brighton then?
Well, obviously Brighton.
No, what's the one where Saka crossed it? The Wolves.
Yeah.
That was a brilliant delivery by Saka.
We had one against Crystal Palace.
Yeah, and then the one against Brighton, that was Declan Rice's delivery.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
So,
I get
yeah,
that.
we've been lucky, but it's players delivering in big moments.
I'm dying.
So, yeah. So I think all normal players, aka Ødegaard, Saka, Declan Rice, they're doing well for us as usual. Like, I think that's business as usual. Like, yes, Saka could be doing better, but they're still performing. Even though he's not having a stellar season, like, they are still performing. Trossard's been brilliant. I think Martinelli's been hit and miss, but he's been decent overall. You know, he scored a few crucial goals. The main thing, obviously, which we thought was now solved, was the striker position. Like, we're creating a lot of fucking chances. You can't say we're not now. I look at us and I don't think, we're going to struggle to create chances. We're going to create chances. I mean, Ben White's come back into the team. He had that thing with Saka going. He got injured. That's unlucky. Again, we've not talked about that. So overall, it's been very inconsistent. Arteta hasn't had the same starting 11 for ages. You know that season when...
I'm not going to lie.
No, but he hasn't, has he?
Yeah, anyway.
Our defence has been all over the fucking place. Even the attack's been all over the place with injuries, Trossard out, coming in. And yes, part of it's still medical department, something's going wrong there, I understand. But even GYOKERES was out for a bit. It's been a fucking shambles. If we can get the same starting 11 playing, even for fucking 3 games in a row, we'll look completely different.
My worry is...
So that's fucking put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Well, I think our attack is a bit meaty. I think our attack is... I mean, it was like the club. We're like, it's one of the worst attacks to win a Premier League if it does. And...
Are you fucking joking?
Name one worse.
Saka is the best winger in the league, bar Salah, and now Salah's shit. He is the best winger in the league, apart from Semenyo. Apart from. But do you know what I mean? Like, when Saka is good, he's good. He's fantastic. Fucking Eze. Everyone was fucking Eze. He's a mint player. I'm sorry, getting any fucking team in the league. He's mint. He's not even starting. So, Trossard has been phenomenal this year. I don't think it's a media attack. I think that some of these players will get in. Like, let's be honest, like a fucking look at Liverpool. Could you say their attack's media this season now? What's so good about their attack?
Well, Ekitike.
Exactly, he's the only fucking good thing about it.
Well, Wirtz is picking up.
I'm sorry, Haaland, Man City, literally, like apart from Foden and Haaland, they are.
A bit of a baller.
He's not a fucking winger, though, is he?
Haaland's
He's not an
good.
attacker, though, is he?
Foden's good now.
Foden's only just started playing well because of the clip.
Yeah, that's literally our fault.
You can't say that there's attacks that are streets ahead of Arsenal's. I think they're all fairly...
It's not very sexy, that's the problem. I think we suffer from a lack of sexiness, genuinely. And I think maybe it's because we face low blocks every single week. But
for me, Ødegaard's one of the most silkiest players in the league, so I don't know what the fuck you're watching.
No, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about... Saka's not a sexy player, is he?
Why do they need to be sexy?
Because-
Mo Salah's not sexy. He bangs in fucking goals, mate.
No, but Saka doesn't bang in the same amount of goals, does he? That's the point that I'm making. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think what I was trying to say is that, like, if I'm not being,
I don't know
like,
what you should
if I'm not
fucking-
clip
I
farming,
don't know
my
what the
point
fuck you're on
is
about.
that we've not got one like proper Ballon d'Or winning
Yeah, we
attacker.
have. We literally we don't need a Ballon d'Or winning attacker.
Yeah, but we haven't got like
No,
a Premier League player of the
that's what-
season attacker.
Yeah,
we don't.
We don't need that.
We don't. We don't have
need
even
that.
a Premier League team of the season attacker. Not one of our attackers will get in the Premier League team of the season, and we're going to win a title. I mean, what are you? You know, that's my point.
Look-
in any other season, you would have You would have the players of the season would usually be the attackers would usually be from at least one of them would be from the Premier League winners. If we're going to win it, I think our attackers need to step up. I don't think that's unfair. Let's move on
Look,
from
Declan
Arsenal.
Rice is the player of the season so far.
I'm not talking about our midfield. I'm talking about our attack.
But I don't think if you we're the type of team where we don't play like that, Josh. You watch us week in, week out, and we don't play like City we don't rely on one attacker.
We can't attack. That's why.
Oh, that is bollocks.
All right,
Did you
our
watch the
attack-
Brighton game? We've created so many fucking chances.
Yeah, and we
what
didn't
the
take
fuck
them.
are you on about?
We didn't take them. It's because that's what I'm saying. We don't have. My point is, and I don't think this is a crazy thing to say. I don't think you could hang your hat on anyone and say that is the clinical fucking beast, like world class beast that is going to win you a title. Like the winners. This is all I'm saying, and it's a stat. It's a factual thing that City and Liverpool had absolute fucking world beaters in Salah and in Haaland. And most Premier League winning teams do have like a proper elite numbers like provider. They provide numbers, and I get that we're not one of those teams that fucking, yeah, we spread it about the team, but one of our top scorers is his own goal. That's my point. And I think we need to sort that out. Our attack, we haven't clicked. Yes, we can click. We'll give it time, but I just think...
Yeah, I understand that.
I mean, City have got a better goal difference than us, and I think that is... I know it's a silly stat, but it's a bit worrying. You know?
Yeah, I mean, look, you've got a point, to be fair.
Yeah.
So if you look
We're
at...
nowhere near it,
All
man.
right, can you calm down a bit? Pissing me off. So Haaland, obviously, let's be honest, he carries City. Because if it wasn't for Haaland...
Mate, just tell me where we are. Tell me where our first player in the list of top goal scorers
Victor
are.
Gyökeres.
Where is he?
5. 15th. 15th.
15th. Now,
He's got
next
5
one.
goals.
Joint 24th is Trossard.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So our two best attackers this season have got 10 goals between them. But honestly, if you take off Haaland, which he's a fucking joke, City have just got Foden on 7. So I think Haaland is an anomaly. He is, for me. If someone's going to win, let's be honest. If City win the league, who are you going to say?
Right.
Who are you going to say? It's Haaland's won the league. He's an anomaly. He's a
just
freak.
hold on.
He's the best striker we've
This
ever
is not
seen.
what I'm saying. That's not the point. That is what
What
part of the
other point are you
But my
making?
thing is like our attack.
Everyone else
is
has been
so
average.
bad.
Everyone else has been
Not
average.
really. I mean,
average. Who stands out there?
Ekitike has been really
He's got
good.
8 goals.
Morgan Rogers.
He's got 3 more goals than GYOKERES.
Who? Ekitike.
Ekitike. So what? Big deal. He's not a world beater. Haaland is one of the best strikers football's ever seen.
Yeah, and he's in the team that we're competing with.
I understand
That's my
that.
point.
But
Go on top assists.
what
Let's have
makes
a look
us
at top
better than
assists.
City? What makes us better than City at the minute?
Top assists, where are we? Our top assists
Is Trossard
with 13.
and Marino and Rice. But
This is the point.
You're
I
not
don't
looking-
think that's crazy to say that our attackers are massively
where's
underperforming
Haaland in
terms of numbers.
No, hang on. Where's Haaland in top assisters for City?
Haaland.
Take a guess.
Haaland. That's not his job. So
No,
what a
no,
bullshit
take
thing
it.
to say.
No.
I don't know. Probably like 10th.
4th.
Right.
He is carrying City.
No, he's not.
He
because
is.
you just had Foden and Cherky step up.
Foden,
So you're chatting shit.
Foden has got...
Where's Cherky?
Foden's not even
Where's
on the assist
Cherky?
list. Foden's got 7
Cherky,
assists.
7 assists.
Yeah.
Cherky's second. You're chatting bollocks. You're chatting
Yeah,
like
but
you're
Foden's
off.
not even on top assisters.
Look, forget the grass. Why can't you accept that our attackers are not putting in the numbers that I think we need to win a league? I don't know why you can't accept that.
Not at the minute, I agree, but we've got a better... My point is City are
Forget Haaland.
City are reliant on one player. If
But
you
even
take
Villa.
Villa are relying on one player at the minute. Rodgers.
But
You
Watkins
just said
just
it
come out.
yourself. Yes, but he's not as good. Ollie Watkins, how many fucking goals has he got this season?
My point is, it's
He's
a bit,
fucking nowhere.
My
He's got
point
5
is,
goals.
my
He's got
point
as many
is,
goals as
it's a
GYOKERES.
bit weird. It's a bit weird
fucking
when
chatting shit.
no, it's a bit weird when you win a league and none of your attacking players are
shit.
anywhere near the best attacking players in the league. I just think that's a bit strange. I don't think
Because
that's mental.
we are relying on our... if you look at our defensive numbers and let's don't forget we've got the
Injuries,
best player in
yeah.
the league, in my opinion, in Declan Rice. The best player in the league. So, yeah, I understand that, but like we don't play that way. It's like when Chelsea won the league, you know...
But we're not going to win the league if we don't.
we will. Because we'll rely on our defence and our midfield.
No, but we
and
need
we'll
to
get
score more goals because
Yeah, but
it's too fine the margins right now. That's the point I'm trying to
our
make.
goal difference is not far off City's, so I don't know what you mean. Let's go on goals scored. Let's go on goals scored then. If you want to talk about goals scored, let's see how far we are off in terms of in terms of goals that we're scoring. Because I'd love to see. I'd be concerned. So we've scored. Right, okay. So we've scored 33 goals.
Yeah.
Right, and Man City have scored 43. So they've scored 10 more goals than us. Why? Haaland.
We've
Scored more goals. We've scored more goals. We've scored more goals than any other team in the league apart from City.
Let me riddle you this: Do City play better attacking football than us?
Yes.
Right. So that's my point, right? I think we just need to improve our attack. I'm just not convinced where that's going to come from right now, and I think GYOKERES is not really fit. I think Saka's doing well, but like he's
not
really
clicked, have we?
interesting. I don't think Arteta really knows his best. Maybe he does know his best attack. Do I think that attack is actually what I would choose, and I think that's actually the best attack? I'm not sure. Sometimes.
No, I agree with you on that. I don't think Arteta's found his best way to get the best of our attack. But what I'm saying is he doesn't build his team for that. So this is what you're not. Arteta.
So I guess
he's not going to take risks now. You're not going to see a world in which we play Leeds away and he goes with Madueke at right wing, Eze at cam, and Jesus in the middle, and then Saka left wing. He's not.
Well, that could happen.
No, unless we get injuries, he's not going to do that. That's my point.
But what has that got to do? What has that got to do with the fact that we don't play good attacking football?
Because Pep is a type of manager who experiments, especially with the attack. He's always experimenting. He's always moving players around. He's got Bernardo Silva at cam, then he's on the wing, and then
Pep's won 5-6 leagues.
They're different managers, aren't they?
Yeah, but my point is maybe it's a philosophical.
And they are more open.
But maybe it's a philosophical.
It is a philosophical thing.
No, it's not. It's not just. Mate, that sniffing's really annoying.
Sorry,
I've got the cold, and you're
sound
fucking
like True Jordan.
You're
giving it me, you twat.
I don't know why you're being so... I'm not trying to be overly negative. I think you're being just massively positive, and you're not even accepting the fact that there's massive flaws in our team that I think are the cracks.
How would you improve it then? That's my question. What would you do if you was manager?
What would I do?
Yeah. Please tell me how to fix this, because I don't know. I think you're being a bit overdramatic, personally. I do agree.
I don't think I'm being overdramatic. I don't think that it's a fix. Like, personally, I don't know if we can do... I don't know if you can fix it midway through the season. I think partly it's...
What's our best attack then? If you were to balance it out...
I don't know, and that's the thing, and that's why...
So you don't even know. So how's Arteta supposed to know then?
Because he's the coach, you dickhead.
But he's still a human being.
Why? I mean...
Maybe he is choosing our best attack.
The way we've composed our squad is interesting in the sense that there's a limit. It's all right having all these good players on the bench. That's fine. It's going to be great for our Premier League and for our Champions League challenges. My question is, how much did we raise the level of the starting 11 through that transfer window? Riddle me that. We raised the ceiling of our squad, 100%. How much did we raise that starting 11?
But for me, the reason why...
Answer the question.
What? Not by much.
No.
But
So
the reason why we
what's-
lost the league
No.
last year for me wasn't to do
injuries.
with starting 11. It was to
Jay,
do with
we
the
played,
squad.
Jay, we played absolute crap football last season.
I'm sorry, it's never been the start. The starting 11's never been the problem for Arsenal.
Before the injuries,
It's been the squad.
Before the injuries, what did we start? We had Brighton, where we got the red cards and stuff, but it was dead fine margins. We had a few games where we had like even Bournemouth away. There was moments.
So who are
Obviously,
you? I'm
Saka's got
sorry,
injured.
who are you? So
My point is,
what
right,
are you doing then to change it then? I mean, who are you getting rid of then? Because you're saying, oh, you're not happy with who we've brought in then. Who the fuck would you have brought in?
well, first of all, once again, that is not really that's not my job, is it? Like
But-
I can
no,
criticize
but-
a manager
no,
without
but-
having to have the solution.
Who
first
is
of
on the
all.
who would have you
Second,
have got?
maybe someone more like maybe
Isak.
maybe a starter on the wing, a left winger like we all said we needed, rather than who has been brilliant. Don't get me wrong, but rather than playing a 30-year-old, 31-year-old Trossard on the wing, who has been really good. But I just think we probably. And this is funny, right? Because every single Arsenal fan probably thought the same, that we would move past
Sounds
Trossard.
like excuses to me.
How
Josh.
is that an excuse? What are
You're
you talking
saying we
about?
haven't got as good players as City to win the league. I think we've got better players.
No, we don't. He doesn't sign attackers very well, in my opinion. Well,
We've got-
Gyökeres,
you've
how
got-
well was he doing?
I'm sorry, we've got more than enough to win
You
the
said,
league.
how's Gyökeres doing?
We've got more than enough to win the league. More than enough. More than enough up front to win the league. I mean, look, you have to go to a Spurs
Why is our
fan.
attacking number so
You
bad?
go to a Spurs fan, and then you ask, and you say they take Jesus over their fucking
Spurs
striker.
17th.
They're not 17.
Where are they? 14th.
Yeah, but all right,
11th,
fine, all right,
actually, they're winning
okay.
against Palace.
So right, okay. So who? Man City. Right. Let's compare Man City's attack to Arsenal's then. So who are you swapping out then? What apart from Haaland? Forget about fucking Haaland, right? What are you? Who are you?
Well,
taking?
I'm not
'Cause
gonna
for
forget
me,
about Haaland,
For
am
me,
I?
I'd rather have Trossard. I'd take Trossard over Doku. I think he's more consistent and he scores better. He scores more goals. So I don't understand. Where's this? I would rather have Saka.
Right, so
than
if it's
fucking,
not personnel then...
it's not. It's
so what
not.
is it? Coaching.
You tell me. 'Cause
Coaching.
I'm happy with it.
Why is our attack so stale?
I
How
think
are
we've
you
just
to-
had
how-
a bad. I just think we've had a bad. I think we've been creating chances. I think the finishing's been off. Our attack's not stale. Our attack isn't stale. We've been creating so many chances. We just haven't finished them. No, but it's not though, is it? You're just chatting shit. You're being like dead melodramatic.
I'm
You're
not.
panicking. You're
I'm
literally
not.
shitting
I'm not
your pants.
shitting myself.
We've created so many chances. Yes, I agree.
I'm critically analysing the
We
team.
haven't taken our
That's
chances.
what that's why we've
been
got
a bit
podcasts.
complacent, and I think we need a bit of a. And I think the game against Villa, you'll see that I think we'll take it up a notch. I think
we
we will.
fucking need to.
Yeah, but I think I agree.
The
Look,
thing is,
I
when
think
this bloke
Saka's had
watches
an
the game,
average season.
he's criticising Gyökeres, he's criticising Saka,
I've
he's criticising every single
we've
player
not
on the
even
pitch,
talked about
and then we get on the
Gyökeres.
pod.
No,
and we're
I've
like,
never criticised Saka. Let's be honest.
You never criticise
I don't
Saka.
criticise.
You are full of shit.
I say he's being a bit greedy,
Yeah?
but I'm not criticising. He's a fantastic fucking player. And my only criticism at the minute is of Gyökeres. So do you want to talk about Gyökeres then?
Well, there's other
He
things
is the
going
reason
on.
why it's not working.
No,
the wingers doing
how
the job. Everyone's
is it-
doing the job.
Is he
is
the
not
reason
working,
that it's not
is
working?
he? He's not scoring the goal. Look at Haaland. He's not doing his job, is he? He's not scoring fucking goals.
But we don't make enough. It's two things can be true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is the overall attacking
Do you
play.
think Havertz comes in and makes a difference?
Probably, but is he good enough? Probably not, because he's not a lethal finisher. We saw Jesus the
So you're
other
saying
day.
with
Jesus is another good example, right? Jesus is one of those players. We've got. Does he?
Yeah,
Jesus?
yeah.
yeah, exactly. Brilliant. Does everything right. Sometimes just can't apply the finishing touch. I think Havertz. I'm not being horrible, but he misses sitters sometimes.
But look, let's be honest. I think Arteta's working with what he's got at the end of the day. Like,
You can't say he's working with what he's got when he's had fucking 10 transfer windows and spent hundreds of millions of quid.
who are we meant to sign up front? Seriously, Haaland. How are we? What are you talking about?
Right, whatever.
Do you want Haaland then?
No. Doesn't matter.
What is your point? You don't think we're going to win the league because we haven't got Haaland?
No,
What if we don't? I'm sorry.
I'm not
then,
saying that. I don't think we're going to win the league because our attack is not good enough. That's what I'm saying. And right now, the statistics tell you that.
No, they don't.
Where are we? We just looked at the rankings.
Yeah, in terms of top goal scorers, we've scored.
Top goal scorers,
Five
way
and
too low.
five.
Top assisters, way too low. We've got own goal.
Spitting in my face, I'm gonna get ill.
You're already ill.
Twat.
Anyway, let's move on from Arsenal because fuck me.
You get
this
so
bloke you
wound
can't
up.
take my point.
I'm taking your point. I think we could get better in attack,
Right,
but I think
thank
making
you.
out it's some sort of crisis.
No.
We've got some of the best players in the world up front, in my opinion. And it's different when, like,
Fuck me.
it's different last season when Saka scored at the Bernabeu and everyone's saying Saka's the best player and one of the best wingers in the world. And, you know, as soon as, you know, if GYOKERES goes on a run where he scores a few, everyone's going to be, the narrative's going to change. It fucking pisses me off. And then Trossard, everyone was saying, oh, Trossard, he's fucking, you know, he's been injured. Like, yeah, I think we could do better in attack.
Right.
I agree. I agree with
So
that.
what is the issue though? Let's
I don't
just
think
finish
there
it
is
up.
an issue. I think the problem is, I
We
think
could do better. This is what you just. We could do better in attack. There's not an issue.
Okay, the issue is we've not been consistent because this starting 11 hasn't been consistent. That's my argument, and I think once we get Gabriel and Saliba back, because let's be honest, attack everything's built from the back in the midfield anyway. And I think Ødegaard's been in and out of the team.
I just think
Eze,
I just think you're forgetting
like, what about
that
Spurs
even
then?
before,
when
even
we've
before our
demolished Spurs,
personnel
you were saying,
things,
no, it's just fucking annoying.
Spurs are
Like,
crap.
yeah, I think we could score. We need to kill games off, but like, let's be honest. If Martinelli converts that chance,
but he doesn't.
but
So
he
that's
doesn't.
the problem with
but
our
it's
attack.
just a bit of a, you know, it's like Foden. We've seen Foden and Haaland miss fucking sitters. I know he scores 19, but we've seen players. Yeah, we do. You know, players do miss sitters. I think overall Martinelli's been pretty good this season for us.
yeah,
to
in
be
the
fair.
Champions League.
No,
he's
he
not done
scored that
anything in
goal
the Premier
against
League.
City. You know, he's been doing okay.
Is he good enough? Though?
Like for me, I do agree in the sense that I think that, yeah, like we could be a more attacking team, but I think you're struggling to accept the fact that like Arteta isn't an attacking manager.
I'll tell you what. He's not an attacking manager.
But you're struggling to accept that.
Yeah, no.
I've accepted who we are
I'm
as a
accepting
team.
it, and I just don't know if it's enough to win a league. Because right now we haven't won a league. I think
I
we
think
still
it
can.
is.
All right, well, we'll see.
Because if Gabriel was still in the team, I think this would be a different conversation.
Gabriel,
We wouldn't be
I
conceding
literally
goals.
was about to. No, we'd be scoring more goals because we were set piecing most games. We were scoring a lot
still
of set
set
pieces.
piecing.
No, our set pieces have dropped off. That's another thing.
But we're
that's
still
dropped off.
scoring set piece.
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is we're not quite as good as we were.
No,
we're
we're
not.
not.
On the
Of
same
course
rate.
we're not.
But our set pieces. So even when we had a good attack because of personnel, like you've argued, a lot of our goals were from set pieces, not from beautiful attacking football. Like,
We don't play beautiful attacking football.
but I'm saying, can we be better at that?
But Arteta isn't that kind of manager. He's like a Diego Simeone. You know what he is in terms of like, I don't think City are wide. The problem with City is they're fantastic going forward and they are great and the whole team's built around Haaland and these intricate players in the pockets and all the Cherky and Bernardo Silva. But we're seeing when they concede against Forest, they can get fucking spread wide open at the back. And when Gabriel Saliba's at the back for us, to be fair, that never happens to us. So we'll see come May if it is defence. We said that at the first podcast we did at the start of the season. And we've said it throughout the season. It is defence versus attack. It's Arsenal's incredible midfield and defence against the absolute beast that is Haaland and the little intricate, beautiful players around him. And we haven't got those. Our players are functional. They're not. I agree in that sense.
Exactly.
The only player
So
we've got
why
that's silky
do we have to have an
is
argument?
Ødegaard. But I don't think we. Yes, we could do potentially more in terms of converting chances. But we're not that. We're never going to play the sort of football that you associate with Arsenal. Unfortunately, under Arteta, I don't think we ever are. Unless he has a crisis and sells Gabriel or something, we're always going to be a very efficient, effective team. We're not going to be, an attacking flair team. We're just not, unfortunately. And I think we create enough chances and we dominate enough to win most games. Will it be enough to win the league? I don't know.
That's my point.
I don't
and
know.
This is the first time I've thought.
And I
is it
think if
enough?
we don't win the league this season, I think Arteta will make a massive change in terms of he might throw it all out the fucking window in terms of this whole defensive set piece
But, like,
thing, and he might go all out attack.
I remember a lot of the discourse. Let's just to
Fuck
finish.
me.
But a lot of the conversation online
people
when we
like
signed Eze was that
It's going to open up the
Arteta's
attack.
now
Yeah.
aware that
He
there's
took
an
the
issue with
handbrake
creativity. He's took
Yeah,
the handbrake
yeah,
off,
I
and
agree.
we haven't done that.
Because,
and that's the issue.
yeah.
And everyone can see that
Yeah.
plain as day.
Yeah.
And I just sometimes think
But he has
the
been
manager is too pragmatic. That's all I'm saying.
And the reason Eze's been disappointing is because he's not going to work under the system that Arteta plays, clearly. I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? He just doesn't fit.
I don't know. I think
He
he's
just
good
doesn't-
enough to
He just
fit in
doesn't
somewhere.
fit, though, does he?
I think he could play on the left.
Is
wing.
it a player thing or is it a system thing? You look at Eze at Palace and you compare him to his time at Arsenal. Apart from those goals he scored at Spurs, he's been half the player he is creatively. Some players, it's like
I think it's a Well, it's a few things. It's obviously how we set up, but it's how teams set up against us. We're less transitional than Crystal Palace, and I think he prefers to play in transition, quick moment play. Like, you know what I mean? Whereas a lot of the time he has time on the ball, and that's actually when he's got time is weirdly when he's not been very good. Like, you know, against Palace last week, he gave the ball away like 5 or 6 times when he had lots of time on the ball. And anyway, I mean, Eze's a different conversation, but I think all I was trying to say, and I appreciate that I have wound you up a bit, but I do think you've also been like overly positive, is that I think there is a massive glaring problem that because our defense was so good, we'd not had to actually confront it. But now we're seeing that being completely reliant on the defense means that obviously when your defense is weakened, the problems come.
But I for me, We've accused Arteta in the past of not creating chances and being that horseshoe type of team where we don't penetrate the box, we're not creating chances, we're not getting shots on goal.
Right.
I saw a stat the other day. We've out of 9 XG or whatever the fuck that means, but basically a lot of attempts on goal and being in the opposition's box, we've scored 1 goal. So it's a finishing issue,
right?
At the minute. I would say, no, because we're creating chances. So we're playing good football. Your issue is we're not playing good attacking football. We play good football. We get into the box. We penetrate.
You're going to listen to this back, and you're going to be like, we went through the personnel thing. You said it's not personnel, and I said, well, therefore it's the attacking football. And now we're back saying it's personnel.
Saka was through on goal the other day. The players, for whatever reason, at the minute, if you haven't got the shooting boots on, have they? They just haven't. Do they ever? Fucking hell. Mate, fuck's sake. Well, I don't know. What's the solution then? Go out and fucking buy Haaland or so whatever, because he's carrying Man City literally. I don't know what more you want me to say. You know, Martinelli had that amazing chance. Saka was through on goal. He didn't convert. GYOKERES, the chance in the first 4 minutes where we're creating chances. We're playing good football. We haven't put them away.
And then I said, is it personnel?
Is it... No, it's not personnel, because they're good enough players. We've seen them finish those chances. I mean, fucking hell, GYOKERES scored about 800 fucking million goals the other season. I know it's in Portugal, but he clearly, in the Champions League against City, he's bagged 2, fucking played
3, but then 2 of them penalties.
So, but he still fucking, when he went through and fucking chipped it over the fucking keeper, he was class. So, Saka, we've seen him for England. We've seen Saka for England. Absolutely fucking amazing finishes. So, I think it's just one of those things where I think it's just been a run where, for whatever reason, it's not clicked. So I think you're being a bit over dramatic. Like, yeah, if it was gone the opposite way and we dropped the points, I agree. You know, it could have been a disaster. But
the thing is, we are literally. That's the point I'm trying to make. Is that, and let's move on because it's pissing me off too.
Well, we're at the end.
We're already ending the podcast. The podcast is over. But the last thing I'm going to say is that we are, and yeah, you can say, well, it didn't happen. But the point is like we were so close to having 2 games where we dropped points.
You could say that against Newcastle. You could say that about any game.
No, but that was different because we played well against Newcastle.
We played well against Brighton at the weekend.
Yeah, and then we finished shit. Like, we finished so poorly.
Wasn't that poor?
Wolves was crap. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, Wolves was crap. That's the one. I think we played well against Brighton though. I think Wolves was an anomaly, but I think we played well against Brighton.
The second half the last 30 minutes against Brighton wasn't. Why was it so nervy? Everton, we weren't. You know,
I don't fucking know.
Great. I'm fucking sick of this.
I just think, I don't know what, like, you're shitting yourself. And it's just like, fucking hell, mate. This whole thing has just been you shitting yourself about our attack. Why don't you just wait and see if we beat Villa and see how good we are at attack on Tuesday? My only issue at the minute, which I seriously have a worry about, is GYOKERES. That's my only worry. I think everything else is fine. We've been playing good attacking football. Yes, we haven't taken our chances. But I think, you know, sometimes
how do you watch Arsenal and your only worry is GYOKERES? How?
Because it is at the minute. Because I think it just is.
Either of those 2 games, was it GYOKERES' fault that we weren't winning them? I mean, one of them against Everton.
No, in terms of
he scored the penalty. So, like, is it GYOKERES' fault that they're so tight, these games?
I don't.
They're so edgy.
I don't know. I mean, let's be honest. The system the system that Arteta plays, I will admit, it is a lot more suited to giving wingers chances than it is strikers. Whereas, let's be honest, look at City, right? Whether it will change when they sign Semenyo, but you look at who they play on the wing and in midfield, and it seems that it all stems around getting in those little pockets and trying to feed Haaland. It seems like it's the opposite for us. It's getting the ball out wide to Trossard and Saka so they can cut in and shoot. And sometimes, we do whiz it into the box, but it's like, is GYOKERES not making the right runs? Is he not getting on the end of things? We saw he scored a great goal in pre-season where Zubimendi got his head on the end of it, and I don't really know. Maybe I'm not doing as much of a good analysis on the games, but I couldn't really put my finger on it other than the fact that I just don't think we've been clinical enough. But I think we have created quite a good amount of chances. Like, I'd be worried if we weren't creating chances, but I think we are creating chances.
Right. Well, we just go around in circles now.
Yeah, we are. Now you're going to say, well, we're creating chances, but that's...
Well, the point is you don't have a clue.
Do you?
Well, I think I have a bit more of a clue in the sense that I said that our attackers aren't performing well enough. True. That is a fact. And I also think that Arteta's football just probably needs some work.
So basically, you're a huge... Now we've got this on record. Now we've got that party system. For anyone listening, you don't believe we're good enough to win the league, and you don't believe in our attackers.
No, that's not what I said.
That's actually what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. That's the point you're trying to make.
No, my point is that I think they should be. I think they could be better.
You fully shat your knickers today.
But the point is, why aren't you then? Because we've lost 3 titles in a row.
Because I think it's different this season.
Well, based on what?
I think
literally based on what?
I think the squad. I think we'll just get
the squad.
Through. I think we'll just pull through.
But you admitted yourself the 11's not much better.
Oh my god! Right, we're going round in circles. Right, I think we need to end it. I feel sorry for anyone.
I think
who's
this podcast was the worst one we've ever done.
I think it is because we've just talked about Arsenal and Arsenal.
Well, you couldn't just go, yeah, Josh, that's a good point. Actually, I had to keep going on. I had to embarrass you because
I don't think I've embarrassed at all. I'd be interested to get your takes in the comments, or anyone who next sees me, about Arsenal. What you think about them in terms of like, do opposition teams?
Well, I'll tell you what Harry Dobbs fucking thinks. Forest fan, he said there is no way that Arsenal are going to win the league now because City are going to win it because you bottle jobs.
Yeah,
that's what people think.
That's just
of
going
Arsenal.
off history, isn't it?
No, it's also going off the fact that we fucking got the own goal against Wolves, which you fucking were angry when we scored it. This is why I'm mad. It's not because I'm just like got an anger issues. It's because this bloke spends games where I had to listen to him criticising our team and then comes on this podcast and acts like he's James McNicholas.
Because that's what the podcast is for. It's to get out my sometimes irrational thoughts. I think the difference is we've not played today, and the difference is I thought we played well against Brighton. I thought we did play well. We dominated and we created a lot of chances that we didn't take, but we created chances. I think Wolves was dog shit. Wolves was the worst performance I've ever seen. That was fucking dog shit.
But in both games, we are literally a tiny moment, one being the right save and one being a fluky own goal.
But isn't that football, though? Like, in any given moment, City could if Haaland misses a chance or Donnarumma makes a good save.
You don't leave stuff to chance. We're leaving it to chance. We're not being good enough. We're not being clinical enough. We're leaving it to chance. That's the point that I've been making for fucking 40 minutes.
All right, Josh. Well, great. I mean, we're not going to win the league then, according to you and Harry Dobbs.
So you're not worried? You just go, those performances have been brilliant.
I'll be worried if we lose against Villa on Tuesday.
Well, obviously.
But as for now, no. I'm not. Why would I be worried? We're top of the league.
Full of shit.
We're top of the Champions League.
You said you started the podcast. At the top of the podcast, you said, I'm worried about City.
About City?
So if you're worried about City, why are you worried about City? What, because they exist? Or is it because they threaten our title?
I'm worried about City because they have the best striker of all time, who's on 19...
Because they have a better attack than us?
No, they have a better striker than us. They don't have a better attack than us.
Well, why have they scored 10 more goals?
Right, okay, here's a question for you then. Who gets into City's team attack that I think Saka gets into City's attack? That's probably about it.
Yeah.
And I think Trossard on form, potentially, on the left wing, until they sign Semenyo. If they sign Semenyo, Doko's been great, but he's fell off a bit. But I think on form, And I think we've got more to offer off the bench than City. Who does City bring on as a game changer off the bench?
Well, Semenyo in
Marmoush and
January.
fucking Marmoush's been crap, and Savinho. So we've
was
got
good last
more.
season.
So yeah, I think the reason I'm worried about City is because at the minute they're only 2 points behind us, and they're going to sign Semenyo in January. But I think you've got to be worried about them slightly. But I'm not worried about us.
You've been worried about City means it literally means that you're worried about Arsenal too. How can that not be the thing?
Yeah, I mean, look, we're not. Yeah, I mean, look, we're not fucking. We don't look.
And you said if we were
we
6
don't look
points
inevitable,
higher,
do we? We
if
don't
we were
look-
6 points, yeah, exactly.
We don't
If
look inevitable.
If we were 5 to 6 points higher than we are now, you wouldn't be as worried. So that means
The
it was
reason
our
why
fault.
I'm not worried is because it's not like we've got everyone. It's I think
We
these
never
injuries have
forget the
fucked us
idea.
up.
Forget the idea that we're going to have people fit because for some reason with our
Yeah.
fucking medical
I know, it
team,
is weird.
we're never going to have
It
everyone
is strange.
fit.
That is a strange. It's
So
strange.
just forget about that.
Yeah.
We need to stop fucking going on about this like ideal
Scenario
thing.
where we have
Yeah,
everyone
we're not.
fit all the
We're
time,
never
which
gonna
we're
have
not.
that.
I mean,
So-
let's be honest. It wouldn't surprise me if Saka gets injured again at some point this season or whatever. So yeah.
So moving
Yeah.
then past that, we're never going to be at the optimum.
Yeah, I
So
know what you
therefore, the optimum of
Doesn't
us
exist.
with injuries
Yeah,
needs
yeah.
to be better. That's what I'm saying.
You talking about this is you think in your opinion that this is the reality and it's not going to get. If things don't get better with what we've got, then then you think it's not going to end well. Is that what you're?
I think if we didn't have Declan Rice, where would we be?
But you could say that about Haaland though for City.
Well, yeah, of
They
course
would
I
be
could.
like fighting for top four.
Of
Not
course,
even
no.
that. They'd be
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, but they're not. Like Haaland, the
Yeah,
thing
we're
is,
not.
there's more chance.
don't know.
Is there more chance of Haaland getting injured or Rice?
Haaland.
Are you chatting shit?
When's Rice been injured?
With our medical department? Who do you really think?
Rice is
Who
never-
could you see?
Rice is-
Who could you see in the
Rice
headlines?
is never injured.
Opening the headlines
Haaland's
tomorrow.
already been injured though.
Opening the headline, not the season. Opening the headlines tomorrow. What do you imagine? You can imagine.
You're such a fucking negative bastard.
I'm not negative.
But we've
You're
got
making
Christian
me more negative
Nørgaard,
because
though.
you're being
We've
overly
got
positive.
Christian Nørgaard that could fill in there.
Yeah, who's played one game
And Marino.
because Arteta can't rotate.
Look, at the end of the day, I think it's it's interesting. I'm glad. Are you not glad that it's not going to be easy for us and that we're going to have to?
Oh, I'm
dig
really
deep?
glad. I'm glad that we've got another fucking season where we're on the edge of our seats the whole fucking time, and then we go on probably not to fucking
Well,
win.
if we win it-
I'm so happy about
But
that.
do you not want to deserve it? Do you not want it? Do you not want it to be?
We would deserve it just as much if we were
Deserved.
10 points clear right now. In fact, we probably deserve it more.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to get. The thing is, because we've been chatting so fucking much, and let's be honest, no one's listened to this podcast at this point anyway, so we might as well continue. But we didn't even talk about the red card thing for Diaz, so he should have been sent off, and then they score immediately after.
Who cares?
No, because the other thing that I feel why City obviously got unlimited.
Don't say
they've got an
referees.
unlimited bank of money, and there is a conspiracy with the referees, isn't there? That they get away with a lot of decisions.
Fuck me.
So it's been proven.
I think I'm not Arteta out. I am not even saying that he's
You sound
doing
like,
a bad job.
You sound.
My
like
point is,
really worried.
if Arteta doesn't go home at night and think, how does this attack get better, then
Of
he
course
shouldn't.
he does. Of course he does.
Well, why
do
is
you
it
think he
getting
signed-
worse?
Why do you think he signed Madueke and Eze?
Well, why sign Gyökeres?
Why do you think?
Well, he's not good enough,
He
is he,
wanted
right
to
now?
improve us.
Yeah.
Well, we've not found a way. We've just not found a way.
And he signed Eze.
Yeah.
It's his fucking job to find a way.
My yeah, I know. I agree. Look, I'm saying I think we could get better. 100% we can get better. But like, I think if you look at my opinion is that I think the manager's doing it. I think the attacking players need to step up. I don't think it's actually the manager. I think the manager set us up to create chances and score goals. I actually think like
thing is,
some of the
yeah.
finishing's been really poor, Josh.
Yeah.
And I honestly think like the manager's like
We've
setting
been
us up
through
to
this.
create chances.
Right.
I think the players have been like they need to step up in terms of the finishing.
But I said that. I've already said that. We went
No,
through
no,
that.
you said that we haven't got the quality and all this. I think that we
Well,
have.
what is
but
it
they've
when
just
someone
not
doesn't
stepped
finish
up.
chances?
No, but
What is it?
yeah, but we know those players normally. Like Saka normally is great, and I think Gyökeres, the verdict's out on him, and that's what I'm saying.
Well, no,
the jury's still out on.
verdict's not in.
But the jury's still out on him. That's what I'm saying
Yeah.
because he's meant to be this. We haven't seen this clinical finisher that's that he's supposed to be, have we?
But we haven't seen one clinical finisher other than Trossard this season, really.
No.
Other than Eze in one game
Well,
against Spurs.
Madueke.
Well, Madueke scored 2 goals.
Yeah, screamers, to be fair.
3
That's
goals
it.
maybe now. But
Even
listen,
he's not been clinical when he's had the chances.
my point is that like, fuck me.
We did, for
My
me,
point
this
is
season...
we're on this podcast and we if you're not like, I just don't understand how you wouldn't be panicking because from what we've seen in the last 2 games.
Odegaard's... Why I'm not panicking is because I said that how we're going to win this season...
Because Odegaard scored 1 goal.
No, what I'm saying is, I said this... Did I or did I not, on my last podcast, say that our season depends on how Odegaard... If Odegaard steps up. I think he's really important to how this team... And this is why Eze... Yeah. So Eze is almost second fiddle to Odegaard. Let's be honest, he is. Bless him. I feel sorry for him, but he's different players. But he is second fiddle. He's club captain, and he plays it. Whatever you say, he does play in that position that Eze plays in. And so yeah, I think it looks like he's getting back to his best. If he can get back to his best, and we have Rice and Odegaard, on full form, full blasting, I don't think I'll be that worried because I think we'll create lots of chances. We'll create enough chances to win games.
Right.
I think, yes, City have got more clinical attackers at the minute.
And they play better attacking football.
That is arguable for me. That's arguable. They look, to the eye, please.
I've watched
they
them.
more
They're way better attacking football than us right now. They just play nicer stuff.
Yeah, to the eye, yeah. But
Well,
like,
what is
it's
to
all
the
about.
eye?
It's all about. The end
What
of the
does
day,
that mean?
football is
To
all
the
about
eye?
getting the ball in the box and putting it in the
Yeah,
back of
it's
the net.
about getting. We don't do it enough. That's why they've scored 10 more goals than us.
No, they've
You
scored
chats-
10 more goals than us because of Haaland, though.
He's a part of their attack. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but
You
he's
are
a bit.
thick.
He's a bit of a freak, though, isn't he? Like not
Right.
not an average striker. Like
It
some
doesn't
of the
matter. Can we
chances
just
that he.
end the podcast?
Yeah, we
Because
can. But some of the
what on
chances
earth
that
are
he
we even
converts
talking
are
about
not.
now?
It's not like he's
No,
like Messi, isn't
I'm
he?
sorry, he
He's like
scores
the
a lot of
modern day-
tap-ins too. He does. He gets put on plates a lot. Yes, he scores. He's an amazing finisher, but he also, a lot of the time, he scores a lot of scruffy goals. He's a proper striker.
I just think for example, I go back to Atletico Madrid at the Emirates where we fucking battered them. We scored 4 goals against them. I think when it goes right for us, you'll see we are going to bat. It's going to be so funny.
No, when we're in the
we
Champions
are
League,
gonna batter,
when we're in the Champions League and teams come at us,
we're going to batter a team, probably Villa on Tuesday. We're going to proper full on thump
Right.
someone recently,
Yeah.
and your whole
when
tune's gonna change.
teams come at us,
Well,
we
Villa-
don't play
are Villa-
teams that
are
come
Villa
at
gonna
us.
come at us at
We
the
play
Emirates?
low blocks,
Do you think-
and we're not good enough
Do you
against them.
Do you think? Do you think?
Even City came to the Emirates and fucking part the bus?
Do you think? Do you think Villa will?
They probably could,
Tuesday?
yeah.
Do you think they will?
They probably might, and they better. Because if, like you say, we probably would batter them if they came at us.
Yeah.
Because we pay fucking part the buses every week, and we still haven't worked out a way to beat them. Well,
but we have
enough.
we have
Other
worked
than
out
set pieces. Yeah, exactly. Do you get my point, though?
But the solution is
Anyway.
set pieces, isn't it?
It can't be the only solution because a lot of them are to do chance, and we've had own goals and we got lucky. Anyway, that's it.
I think we're still going to win the league.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think we've had a blip, and I think Josh has been a bit overdramatic. I think we've still got the best squad in the league. I think City have had it a bit easy at the minute, and I think they've got harder fixtures to come. We've got easier fixtures. I think if we beat Villa on Tuesday, I think the narrative will be, and especially if we beat Villa 2 or 3 goals, I think the narrative.
I'll be positive on this podcast and I'll say yes, fantastic.
You look like a bit of a hypocrite.
No, I won't, because it depends how it depends on how Villa play against us, right? Of course it does. Why are we so good in the Champions League?
Because teams come at us.
Exactly. They don't in the Prem, and they're not going to start doing it now.
But that's why we go
just because Arsenal fans moan on Twitter about how teams play negatively
That's
against
why
us.
we rely on set pieces, don't we? But we still do create chances. The amount of times I see like Martinelli
Anyway,
or
we're going round and round now. But yeah.
Yeah,
We've been
I'm
through
sorry.
this.
I feel
We've been
sorry
through
for
this.
anyone who's.
I don't
listening
think
to this
anyone's
podcast.
listened this far.
No,
I
obviously
don't think
not.
I'll be able to listen this far.
I'm not listening to this podcast.
No,
This
no
is-
chance.
it's
This is the
crap.
worst one we've
It's been
ever
really
done.
bad. I do think we need more
Structure.
structure to it, because like it's all well and good, but no one's going to listen to this. Like no one is going to listen to this.
Yeah, but it's the first one back, and also like
I know we can't keep saying
I
that.
did say let's stop talking about this now, and then
Yeah,
you
but
kept
you keep
going.
going. No, you keep going about it.
Well, you're the host.
Yeah, I know, but I've got to give you. This is why. Yeah.
You blame it on me.
Well, yeah, I need to.
It's a system.
Yeah, I mean, look, you said you were going to do some research and all that. For
Based
the
on
pod,
when?
but
When?
Ages ago.
Yeah, and you didn't say, Josh, you doing any research? Are you doing any
Well, no,
research
'cause
for
you
the
never
pod?
do.
What research do we have to fucking do?
Well, it'd be
Watch the
nice if we
games.
had like some
Somewhat.
some talking points. So we got, because to be honest, I didn't know what else to talk about really. If we had like a little
We did,
bullet
yeah,
point
but-
thing here to
But what have we talked about? We've talked
you
about
do that next week for
City.
me.
We've talked about Arsenal.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think if you do that next week for me in terms of little bullet points, I think it'd be nice.
We did that. We've done that before. We
I know
just
we
didn't
need to
do it today.
Yeah, I know. Well, you need to pull your finger out and start doing it.
You couldn't have just gone, yeah, fair enough, Josh, and then we moved on. And I had to win the
No,
argument.
because I didn't know what
against
to
you.
move on to. I didn't know what to move on for. You won the argument. You've won the argument. So congratulations.
Thanks.
I'm happy for you.
Cheers. Can we just re-record this? This is the worst podcast we've ever done. This is the worst podcast we've ever done.
Yeah, no, it is bad.
By far.
No
one's going to listen to this.
I think.
I don't want to make a
I can
podcast
always
like this.
shut the fuck up, Josh. Stop being a baby now. You are just being a fucking baby, aren't you?
Baby.
Right.
Right,
I
I'm
think
sweating my
people.
tits
So
off.
the thing is, you might think that someone is like, but that, other people must be thinking this. It can't just be us that are thinking it. And I think it's good to have one person that's sticking up for Arteta and the players, and then you who's on the bandwagon of.
I'm ill.
you know-
And listen, I'm not performing. I've got injuries.
Yeah,
And
well,
we're not
obviously,
performing.
and
And listen, it's a packed fixture list.
yeah,
I'm
and
sorry, lads. We've had a bad...
I've been a bit lazy, to be honest. I think the whole Christmas period sort of, I enjoy it. I enjoy the festivities, but I think the lead up when it to me, once it gets to mid-November and I'm at work or with anything in life, in terms of just gym, everything,
yeah.
I start to tail off. Do you know what I mean though? Everything just starts to go, I'm late, and I start to become a lazy bastard. And I think that's what I've done. And it's just filtered through to everything. At first it started off at work, and now it's everything. Now it's the gym, it's dart, it's podcast, everything is just completely fucking just nothing. I'm just going to be lazy. I'm just going to sit on my phone and watch TV and do nothing. So yeah, we need to get back on the bike and we need to be a bit more organised.
We need to get on the fucking bike. Got on the treadmill.
But we've got some fun stuff coming up. We're going to try and go to the Arsenal Forest game, where hopefully we've already beaten Villa by that point and we can beat Forest away. That'll be interesting, right? Because we've seen how well City did against Forest. So it'd be interesting to see if we do beat Villa, hopefully.
When have we got Forest?
How we do get on. I think it's coming up. We've got Forest
It's on
away
the 17th
soon.
of Jan, isn't it?
Yeah, 17th of Jan. So, we
I
we've
can't
got,
be asked to play Forest.
to be fair, these next 5 games for City and Arsenal are crucial. It's really important part of the season because I do think it's going to be. This is a really important part of the season because if City pull ahead by 3 to 4 points, it could be fucking. Do you know what I mean? It could be squeaky bum time. We need to stay ahead. We need to stay ahead, and we need to find some consistency.
Yeah, all right. Well, cheers, guys, for listening. If you fucking listened to any of this, because I wouldn't have.
Yeah, no, neither would I. Sorry about that.
It
But
was a
yeah,
stinker.
you've got plenty to look forward to in the new year, though, and hopefully the podcast will be better, and we'll
Listen,
do some more phone
yeah.
cams and stuff. And the quicker Josh gives up and we get replaced with someone else, I think the better.
Well,
to be
listen, that's
honest.
the ideal thing. It's a personnel issue. It's not coaching.
It's not the system.
You've coached a 10 out of 10 podcast.
the system, everything.
You've coached a 3-0 win, and I've just fucking...
Yeah,
That was the true
Absolutely, that's
definition
class.
of a delectable medley of
All right.
footballing splendour.
That's how you
It
want
was
every-
sensational.
that's how you want every Arsenal game to be. It's so funny. It's not reality of the Premier League. It's a hard league. We can't, Let's be honest. Man City have played absolute fucking shit fucking teams as well. What? Fucking Wolves. Who else have they played? Forest away. Yeah, they've been a bit shit this season. They're literally near the relegation zone. Fucking play like that against fucking Villa then. Oh, you lost, didn't you? Fucking pricks. All right. See you guys. All right, Josh has left already.